Hello everyone, it's Robin Dudley House, the Artsy Bohemian. Today I'm going to show you some things that I'm going to be selling. It's my artsy boutique that I have every few months. And some of them are bundles for junk journals. Some of them are just kind of funky, fun things to use for art. And some of the things I have actually made. So the links for each thing will be down below. It's through PayPal, and you don't have to have a PayPal account. You can use your credit card. It's just easier for me to set it up like this as opposed to putting it in my Etsy. So I'm going to go ahead and start. The first thing is this kind of weird looking doll. I've collected dolls and I have way too many. I just need to start getting rid of things. So she's porcelain or some kind of ceramic, and it looks like whoever did this made everything. So the dress is super cute. It's all handmade. It's like a little pinafore. A little top that goes underneath it. A little apron to go on that. Isn't that adorable? And then the arms. There's no legs. I don't know if there were any legs when I got it. And then this wool. Feels like wool, and it's actually lined, maybe? I'm not sure. Cape. So it's kind of like a little Red Riding Hood with a little basket. So that'll be listed down below. And they'll all be packaged nicely so they won't break or anything in the mail. The next two things are some pin cushions that I made from vintage, actually probably almost antique teacups made in Japan. So they're both kind of a mauvey, pinky, purpley color. And they're half off. They were $40 and I'm selling them for $20. And they're all handmade, and I did make some pins that go in here, and then all the pins that are here already are part of the listing. And there's a pretty tassel with a vintage little trim on the bottom and some pearls on this one. This one's almost the same. It's exact same teacup. And the lace is a little different here, but it's pretty much the same. And the handmade, a couple handmade pins. So those will be down below as well. The next thing I have is this funky one. It's kind of a trippy package. It's just a mix of different things. So this is a book I painted. Somebody had taken books and then cut them in half. And so it'd be a fun thing to use and just paint in if you wanted to, and collage in. So it's a book that's been cut, and then I painted this funky eye on top. And I thought this kind of all went together. It's kind of like a freak show, like circus theme. This is a vintage apron, and I thought this is kind of cool. This goes with it if you wanted to use it for, you know, a cover of a journal, or you could even wear it. There's no holes in it. And again, I think this is all handmade as well, and it's been washed. It has rickrack on it. It's probably from the 50s. And it has some hand embroidery on it and a pocket. So this is kind of fun. Like I said, I did wash it. A mix of some really beautiful brocade trim. There's two different trims in there. And then some bead trim in red. So you can make a fun carnival journal with this if you wanted to. And this is a really pretty tin that had some candy in it, and I've saved it for a long time, and I just made this real pretty little container, and it has some sparkly plastic red buttons in it. And that ties as well. It has some really pretty vintage trim on here and a red rose. Some little samples of some pretty red and black trim, some black sparkly trim here. This is a polymer clay mask I made a long time ago, so that would be kind of fun to put on top of something, maybe on top of a journal page or something like this. This is part of the kit too, the bundle. This is something I made a long time ago. It's just like a journaling card with some vintage flowers on it. Some kind of old popcorn bags, 2 of them, and then some swatches of some fun different types of little pieces of fabric and lace. This is a funky collage I did a long time ago. I thought it would be kind of fun for a very interesting mixed type of journal. Put those down over here. Then the next one I have is kind of a shabby chic neutral color pack. So this one includes a journal that I never even wrote in from a long time ago. It's a really pretty angel. It's blank. And the tag is still on there. And then this is how I used to package some of my junk journal kits, and I found this, so I thought I should sell it. So there's a cluster of really cool trims here. Some of them are vintage, and it's already kind of made for you. If you wanted to just take this whole bundle and then stick it on the top of a journal or on the side, it's not sewn or anything. I just kind of put it together so it would look kind of cool, so you could see visually what you could do with it. Some tea-dyed cheesecloth, different types of cheesecloth, some vintage fabric, lace. This is a old handkerchief, it looks like, from Canada, Sherbrooke, Canada, a doily. And then I'm not sure why I cut these pieces up, but they're in blocks, so they'd be kind of fun if you wanted to make kind of a quilt look. Really pretty fabric. I love the colors. Different with some rose. And then some trinkets to make some journal jewelry with some cord to bind your journal, some different types of wire, some vintage kind of rusty Middle Eastern pieces, and then some fun neutral beads and bulb pins and things like that. So this will all go together, and I'm also going to put this in that I painted. This is one of those old shoe horns. I hand painted it. It's all in pretty kind of neutral tones as well, with roses. And the top's painted, and the back as well. And I signed it. So that'll be another item that will be bundled together. And the next thing is just a simple, used, completely blank ledger book. I think these are kind of fun if you wanted to make a huge tome. You could do that. It's old. There's nothing in it, just the blank, torn out, just a shell. But it's kind of cool, and it's old. It's an old ledger, and it's very, very big. It's very tall. It's over 12 inches, maybe 14 inches this way, and about 9 inches this way. So it's very big. You could cut it in half if you wanted to, and use it, and get 2 journals out of it. So a journal cover. The next is a big bundle. I bought a vest from a thrift store, not thrift, a flea market, only because it had tons of yo-yos on it, and I literally took all the yo-yos off of it. So I strung them all together. Most of the fabrics are new, but there are a few in here that I think are old, maybe from the 30s. Like, I'm pretty sure these are old fabrics, just because of the way that they're printed. But the rest is fairly new. Let me just kind of zoom this in here. There's some Peter Rabbit, it looks like, which is good for, perfect for Easter. These, you can tea dye these if you don't like them so bright. So there's several clusters, and I don't know how many. There's probably at least 100 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, there's anywhere from 8 to 11 pieces in each one of these bundles. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, yeah, there's at least 100. And then these are samples from a long time ago. I just saved too much stuff. So these would be fun to use for junk journals as well. You could make snippet rolls with them, you know, cut them. Some of them are taffeta, some of them are lace, some interesting different fabrics. So all of this is just, I'm just selling all of these together in this bag. And that's not going to be fancy. I'm just going to put it in a plastic padded bag when I mail it. These are swatches of wool, which are pretty cool. Some of them are wool. So it's you know, if you're just starting out with junk journals and you need some stuff to play with, this is great. Even if you have stuff, you might like these. They're unusual. And I just don't have space anymore. So this is going to be a whole bundle. This is kind of fun. This is kind of a gypsy bohemian kit in these dark colors. This was an artist trading card from a art retreat I went to, and she's kind of gypsy looking, and it's on fabric. Here's a mix of old tassels from the Middle East, some old coins that are kind of old and a little dirty, and some rose trim. And here's like a little bundle of interesting metallic, really pretty metallic fabric. It's kind of see-through. The backing is on it, and I just kept it on there just because that's what was on there, but it's prettier like this, just on its own. It's see-through, and it has metal sequins on it, which is unusual. And this is also the same fabric here too. This is a very old piece from an old rug. It's been washed. It was probably really pretty at the time. It had some metallic thread in it as well. Some interesting green and black fabric. And then this is really pretty. This would be great for a couple of journal covers. It's an upholstery fabric, but it's a lightweight, and it has a little bit of a pattern on it. So that's pretty too. So this will be all bundled together. Almost done here. I have so much stuff that I'm not going to be posting everything, just what I'm going to be showing you today. This is another packet of stuff for junk journals, kind of in the same color scheme. This is a really pretty tin with some vintage and new buttons in it. Some mother of pearl red, and then some red buttons. And this is just kind of a little weird bundle of interesting fabrics and laces that you can play with. I love this one right here. I've made some dolls with that. Just some swatches. Some vintage, it's a little, not too vintage. This is kind of a cool fabric. It has an embossed, and it's a heavier weight, so it'd be good for a junk journal cover. This is wool, which is a beautiful rose print. And this is a kind of a heavy, thick upholstery fabric as well. It has a pile on it, almost velvet filling. And And these are going to be fairly reasonable, the prices, just because I just want to sell them. And then the next one I have, which I think is the last one, is a bunch of beads. So I have these, I packaged all these beads up. They're mostly blue and pink, and you'll get 9 bags equally. So they're all going to be similar. So there's hundreds, you're going to get hundreds of beads. Most of them are glass. So if you like blue and pink, some of these are plastic, like those really cool pinwheels are plastic, but they're really cool. There's some metal ones. These are some pretty kind of leaf looking clear pink, and some more of the blues. Pretty pink rose, heart rose. So these I'm selling in the whole package. There's going to be 9 of them. And I have 2 sets of those. And then I have these and I'm just going to sell together. These are enamel, cloisonne, metal. And then these, some of these I think are like a blown glass. So those are kind of cool too. And I think that's it for now. I'll be having another Artsy boutique some other time, maybe in the next month. But you can look down below, like I said, you'll see the listings, and it's first come, first serve. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.